Brava, it's very good. Please tell us something about what's happening. It was crushed in the 19th century. There was revival, and again there is again revival of
Well,
the
there was
pure
a
culture.
lot. There was more recently in the last 20 years. There's been quite a strong revival that I have personally been noticed in my lifetime back in Scotland. But yes, I was interested to discover a very strong, almost visceral reaction to listening to some old Scottish music that I heard in Canada in the diaspora, because between about 1750 and 1830, hundreds of thousands of Scots left Scotland, and many of them went across to Canada and New Zealand. And so some of these pockets actually have a culture, and a Scottish culture, a rhythm and a pulse that I personally found really, really powerful.
And they preserved it.
They preserved
generations
it.
after generations.
They preserved it in the way that you do if you live abroad from your culture. You remember it. So this became very potent in...
And the Welsh people did the same in Patagonia in Argentina.
Yeah, all over the world, people have pockets of cultures that come from somewhere
and
else.
Indians did in Africa, when they... So...
Yeah. So it's that story, yeah.
And apart from the music, is there a folk art also, the paintings, visual arts?
The paintings are my own paintings that I just made last year.
They are Celtic, based on Celtic.
Well, I think there's a little bit of an elemental. So there's Celtic, there's something of Aboriginal because they're all dots. So, it's something just about the ground and the earth and the Mother Earth and Celtic.
And what are the challenges of reviving this culture? Are younger people receptive to it?
Well, we worked very hard to create organisations and opportunities for young people to maintain and continue to play and to continue to sing and to hear the old songs and to have mentors and learn to play for dancing and to bring back the culture in an alive way for today, for young people today. And there's a very healthy culture in Scotland now.
And I believe it's all connected with some clans, like Campbell clan. They are trying to revive it, but the other clans, they don't...
No, I don't think so. No, I've never heard this about the clans.
Because this was discussed on the BBC debate yesterday. So
I never heard
anyway.
No.
So is it connected with clans? How does it work, the clan system here in the Highlands?
Well, I don't think there's hardly a shadow of it. I mean,
No.
I'm a Campbell.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have got a lot of weight in my name in terms of it's not particularly great history, So there's always the old story of the Campbells and the MacDonalds. But, and I live it, so I don't really notice it even, I know it goes back, but it doesn't feel like a relevant thing.
Your background is in the classical music. You went to
Background
London.
is in classical, music, orchestral music.
And do you still perform?
Yeah, not much. I've forgotten how to play with such finesse.
Does it help to have this background?
In some ways it does, in other ways it doesn't. You have to become more relaxed in your playing. You have to enjoy people in traditional music. You have to enjoy your culture, not just the music and how well it's played. So you have to make connections of understanding the music and where it's come from and appreciating all the levels in this music.
Yeah, there is an Indian singer who went to Guildhall. She got gold medal also, Patricia Rosario. And then she sings, Taverner composed for her, and she sings operas. But still, she sticks to her roots in Goa, and she sings Goan folk songs.
No, you can do it both, but it's very hard. It's very hard to be authentic as a musician and have a classical training. It's very, very hard. So I think sometimes you can develop a style, but you often lose yourself a little bit. And that's what all the traditional music is interested in, is in the authentic person, and sometimes you can lose that, and I felt I lost it, so I wanted to reclaim it.
Yeah, and I met some Germans who were trying to revive cabaret, old cabaret before the war, and then they had a classical background too. So
it gives you good technique.
Yes, technique helps.
And you understand other things too.
But your music is so deep-rooted in the villages, and it's a collective singing in the old days.
Yeah.
And does it still happen in remote villages where they speak languages?
Yeah, they still have a lot of ceilidhs and gatherings and old songs, hundreds, thousands of old songs that are out there. It's trying to collect the song is like putting a tin can under a waterfall in Scotland. There's so much that has still yet to be brought up, but it's beautiful.
And is it on special festivals, or it's a day-to-day activity of singing and dancing?
Well, it's day to day. Yeah, it's maybe on the island of Lismore, which is where my family's from. We maybe have 4 or 5 ceilidhs every year, which is for dancing. Everybody comes together. I mean, still television and videos and you know, multimedia is still affects everybody everywhere. So in fact, everything's been decimated in a really intense way.
Yeah, the American imperialism.
That's the reality.
American cultural imperialism.
Yeah, that's the reality of
And what is Kelly's? We saw some horses outside, which is connected. So Kelpie or
the
something?
Kelpies.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the Kelpies? Yeah.
Yeah, outside. Yeah,
Well,
what
that's
is?
half horse and half. Creature. What other creatures? Anyway, the Kelpies are from an old story of coming out of the river, and half man, half horse, half fish.
I see.
And they've just arrived in the park.
And it's very important for your culture. Because there's a revival for it, so I don't know why.
Well, there's a revival for the music in our culture to some degree, yeah. But I think the Kelpies represent a sense of being out and looking out and also looking in, and that trying to represent both things.
How old is your culture? Is
old
it
is it?
older than English? Because the English is made of Saxons and Romans and all.
Yeah,
But yours
pretty
are-
old, but a lot stopped once the Christian Church came in. So we have a lot before that, but it's hard to see it. Sometimes you see the old Celtic.
Not like Ireland when they had the Celtic before
Similar,
pre-Christian.
very similar. It's the same. The Irish, the Christianity came in, but the Irish culture before that also was very rich and deep.
Yeah, Celtic and Welsh as well.
Yeah, and also many of the places that the churches went were from the old, more earthbound religion, which is what we had before.
Thank you very much, Mary.